Stand by, chat. I am fixing the stream. I hit the wrong button. I accidentally killed the music. My apologies. I know you're probably all jamming out and getting ready for the stream, and here I am being an idiot. Oh, well, I am massive. Massive, massive. Let me go ahead and get rid of that there. There we go. Now you guys can see me. Now, we'll go ahead and just kick off stream. We'll just kick it off so I don't fuck it up some more. Alright, so, the big news today, Donald Trump's second assassination attempt in 2 months. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What are we gonna do with what's going on nowadays? Like, how? What do we do? It seems like the Democrat Party has become the party of violence. And that's not to say that everybody is violent. That's not true. That's just infactual. However, it does seem like the Democrat Party is going out of its way to push for acts of violence. So, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but for me, that doesn't sit right in the slightest. I mean, I'll read the articles that I've found on this. Let me pull them up on my computer here so I can actually read them to you verbatim. Second Trump assassination attempt. So, some of the big ones, you've got NBC, USA Today, AP News, Los Angeles Times, CBS News, ABC again, BBC, New York Times again, CNN. Let's just go down the line and figure out, what all is being said. NBC says, live updates, FBI says there appeared to be an assassination attempt on Trump at his Florida golf course. So, what's happening? The FBI investigation and apparent second attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump. Suspect concealed in bushes pointed an AR-style rifle with a scope into Trump's West Palm Beach, Florida golf course from outside fence line. Trump was about 400 yards away. I'm going to pull up a notepad so that we can actually take facts and figure out what's going on. So let me pull up a notepad here. Close that. Okay, so let me capture this so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Let's see, I want to... Is it browser? No, it's going to be Windows capture. Notepad, okay. Capture specific window. Notepad. I'm going to put this right below my model so that we're all aware that it's here. So, according to NBC, here's what we do know. NBC states, AR style rifle with scope. Alright, what's the next thing here? Suspect concealed in bushes pointed. Okay, so he was in the bushes. I think I spelled concealed wrong. No, I spelled it right. I'm gonna pop out the chat here so I can see what you guys are saying. Hey, what's going on, Nathan? I saw the TikTok. I made it. Welcome on in, Nathan. We are going through all of the major news reporting sites, and we're taking everything from it. So I'm writing down an actual list of what each one of them says so we can figure out which ones are lying, what's the truth, because I got banned on TikTok. I got my live access removed while we were talking about this. So we are going to go through this step by step, and we're going to find out what the truth is, what's really going on, and then we can draw up any opinions, discussion points, or topic points from there. So I was just reading NBC's summary. They said that he had an AR-style rifle, which I've already read a couple different other places that said there was an AK-style platform. There was a couple that said it was AK-style. Some said it was 300 to 400 yards. Some said it was 100 feet. That he was concealed in the bushes. So we're going through them all, and we're getting all the details. Where were we? West Palm Beach. So location, West Palm Beach. And 400 yards away. I'll put a about symbol. So roughly 400 yards away. And all of this is important because we're going through the whole thing. We're sifting through all these different sources to figure out what the truth is. Because I'm sick and tired of people saying I have missing information. I'm going to go through, find the proper information for you guys, and report it right here for you. But I am glad you made it, Nathan. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Okay, so where did we leave off? The Secret Service spotted the person and opened fire. He fled into a black Nissan and was later arrested. Okay, so Secret Service engaged. First. That's important information. The Secret Service saw him, decided he was a threat, and engaged first. That's what we know. Suspect fled, sorry, in black Nissan. Not the kind of car I would have used, honestly. Not the kind of car I would have used. All right. Suspect Ryan Wesley Ruth, 58, also had a GoPro camera and a backpack with ceramic tiles when he was near the course, authorities said. So we've got a name here. So Ryan Wesley Ruth, comma, 58. I'm going to put in parentheses. This isn't very detailed information, but I do want to know if somebody else brings this up. GoPro. I want to see if that comes up on any of the other stuff. All right, let's go through the actual article here. One person is in custody after shots were fired Sunday in what the FBI is calling an apparent second attempt assassination of former President Donald Trump. Now, his campaign and the Harris campaign are reacting. NBC News, Haley Jackson has more. And I want to hear what more they had. Harris condemns political violence, thanks Secret Service and law enforcement. This was 32 minutes ago is when they said this. Or when this part of the article came out. Harris condemned political violence after the apparent assassination attempt. I am deeply disturbed by the possible assassination attempt of former President Trump today. As we gather the facts, I will be clear. I condemn political violence. We all must do our part to ensure this incident does not lead to more violence, she said in a statement. I am thankful that former President Trump is safe. I commend the U.S. Secret Service and law enforcement partners for their vigilance. As President Biden said, our administration will assure the Secret Service has every resource, capability, and protective measure necessary to carry out its critical mission, the statement concluded. Didn't they reduce the Secret Service's capabilities before the first attempted assassination? could have sworn that was like a big talking point for everybody. And if you're wondering why I'm looking to the right, it is because I have chat here on the right. So you guys, feel free to say anything. I am watching chat for you guys. Ask any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. An hour ago, this is additional information that came out. Suspect visited Ukraine and said he wanted to help recruit people to fight. Okay, so we have somebody who possibly supported Ukraine. I think I saw in another article that he was actively going out of his way to get Al-Qaeda or Taliban members to fight in Ukraine for Ukraine, which I thought was interesting. So I want to mark that down. Possibly former terrorists? I spelled terrorists wrong horribly. Oh, no, I did. I spelled it right. Okay. The suspect in the FBI's custody said in June 2022 video interview, or said in a June 2022 interview with Newsweek Romania that he was in Ukraine to help recruit people to the war effort. Ruth said that he was in Ukraine originally to help fight, but that he was 56 years old and had no fighting experience and was subsequently turned down. He said he stayed in Kyiv afterward to promote subjects to support the army. Plan B was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here, Ruth said in the interview. You know, we need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here to fighting with the Ukrainians. Ruth said the world was at a critical juncture in the war, which he called a struggle of good versus evil. I don't think somebody like this is who we want, you know, deciding what's good and what's evil. This is the most important thing going on in the world today, so sitting around and letting life go on as normal and complaining about gas prices and complaining about, you know, your luxury life in whatever country you live in is unacceptable as human beings, he said. Ruth's apparent Facebook profile, which has since been deleted, includes posts trying to recruit people to fight for Ukraine. 2 hours ago on this discussion, it said, suspect previously discussed his role in helping Ukraine. So I think we covered that pretty substantially. Police released images just 2 hours ago of firearm found near the Trump course. Police released images of the rifle that was found along with the backpack and camera near Trump's Florida golf course. So I'm gonna save this image so that I can bring it up for you guys. This is not an AR platform rifle, not in the slightest. So let me go ahead, pull up this image for you. I'm going to move my character here, my model, to the right, because I want to have room to discuss this. Let me add an image here to the screen. Let's see. Browse. Home. Which was... Download? No. Home. Here it is. Yeah. I'll expand that for you guys so you guys can see, too, what's going on. I don't know about you, but that does not look like an AR to me. That does not look like an Armalite. I know you guys can't see my cursor, but that gas tube right there, let me expand it a little more so you guys can see. I'm going to have it take over the screen for a moment. Let's see. Transform. Fit to screen. It's going to cover me up for a moment, but that is not a AR platform rifle. I can tell by the front handguard, the gas tube, the front sight aperture, that is indeed an AK platform rifle. Probably chambered in 7.62 by 39, which is Russian standard. And if he was in Kyiv, that would make sense why he has one of those. Hey, get on! Get on Arma! Everybody's like, get on Arma! Gun? Yeah, so for those of you that are just joining us, and this is some of my members from my community of... No, that is an AK. So some of you that are here, we are discussing the second assassination attempt on Trump that just fucking happened today. According to NBC News, which I was just reading their article, I'll scroll back up to and read it for you guys again. Suspect concealed in bushes pointed an AR-style rifle with a scope into Trump's West Palm Beach. I don't know about you guys, but that looks like a fucking AK to me. It's got the same front handguard. I can see the banana magazine. Rear upper, or the front upper gas tube is definitely AK platform. That front aperture sight is AK platform. What do you guys think? Is my assumption wrong here? Am I spilling misinformation about this? Because as far as I can tell, that is a fucking AK. Without a doubt. Unless you guys can't see what I'm seeing. Because I'm looking at my live on YouTube a bit here. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. If you guys are live, then you should be able to see what I'm seeing. Sorry, I had my replay on and I couldn't exactly see what was going on. Let me pull back up the chat because I have to like bounce between things. Another one. That's not an AK. That is an AK. That is absolutely an AK. Here, I'll expand the image for us. Let me select it here so that we are looking at the correct thing. Transform. Reset transformation. I'm going to expand this image. And you're going to tell me that's not an AK? The stock is not an AK. You can get AKs that are not, that you can modify the back end. So you're saying it's an SKS. Am I wrong on that? Okay, well let's take a look at the difference between a SKS and an AK. Let me pull up a image of an AK. I'm going to use the 47 as standard because everybody knows what a 47 looks like and they're usually the standard pattern for an AK. Let's see. Save image. Let me bring up the image of the AK. I'm going to leave that on the left right there. Let me add another one here so you guys can cross-reference these things with me. Alright, next one. Where's my saved? Oh, there we go. So this is an image of a regular AK. AK-47, well, AKS-47, I think. Problem is, I'm seeing a magazine on the front. It's kind of hard to tell on these images, but if you look at that front gas tube right there, and I'm looking at the, oops, I'm moving the wrong things here, and I'm looking at the front on this one. I know that's kind of a bad image. Let me see if I can move it over. You guys can't see me, but that's all right. I mean, this front part of the rifle looks pretty fucking close. Warrior, yes, Fry. So, as far as I'm tracking, SKSs do not have a front gas tube like that. But let me verify. Oh, I guess they kind of do, yeah. You're kind of right on that. No, actually, you are correct on the front gas tube. Let me save that image. And let me bring up another image here so we can cross-reference. Let's see, where's my image thing? There it is. $5 if you spot me at TwitchCon. Bet. For those of you that don't know, I am going to TwitchCon. But let me pull up this image for us because I do not want us wrong. I want to spread the correct information. So I can see where the front looks the same. I know you guys can't see me, but oh, I realized you guys can't see what's going on. There we go. So these are all the images that I have between SKSs, AK-47s, and the current photos of the AK that are, or the rifle that are supposedly on site. So, I mean, just looking at it from the front part of the rifle alone, it looks like it's an AK-47. I'm not seeing the, like, slow grade of the front handguard on the SKS, but I am seeing a very sharp turn to a flat bottom, a rounded bottom, like I see on the AK-47. Let's take a look at the other side of the image. So let me go ahead and move these around. And then we will discuss it, because I want to make sure we're not spreading misinformation or any of that random crap. Let's see if I can expand this image a little larger so we can get as best of an image as possible. I'll have to shrink down the AK. That's fine. Okay, so looking at the second part of the image, if this were an SKS, there probably wouldn't be a 30-round magazine on the front. That just doesn't make sense. I know you can do it, but they are an integrally fed rifle. I don't see, Kennedy says 10 if you spot her. Double bet. But let's try and keep this on topic. So, the fact that it's got a scope where the rounds would come out on an SKS, it's got a banana magazine, and it's kind of hard to tell. It's a blurry image, but I'm pretty sure that's probably an AK-74, I would think. Not to mention it's all made out of polymer. I can tell because it's black, unless he painted it black, but it does not have the same shape as the SKS. I am full-heartedly believing that is an AK platform. So, unless any of you want to try and argue, that it is an SKS, I'm here to listen to what you guys have to say, because, half the reason I do these kinds of discussions is for the input that people have so that we can talk about these things. And I don't want to be wrong about these things, but I think it's an AK, just from what I'm looking at. But we can leave it up to it is some sort of Russian firearm. To draw a line in the sand, that is guaranteed some form of Russian firearm. I think we can agree on that. That is not an AR platform rifle in the slightest. So, let's go back. Let me go ahead and delete these so we're not looking at them the whole time here. Doop, doop, doop. All right, let's get back to dissecting this article. Photos that show rifle, backpack, and GoPro camera are on the fence outside Trump International Golf Club, taken after an apparent attempt to assassinate Donald Trump and displayed during the news conference at the Palm Beach County, Florida main library on Sunday. Though the FBI is investigating the attack, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said on X, which is Twitter, that the state of Florida will conduct its own investigation. The people deserve the truth about what would be an assassination and how he was able to get within 500 yards of the former president and current GOP nominee, DeSantis wrote. So now I'm seeing 500 yards. So let's go ahead and draw a dash 500. So he was anywhere between 400 to 500 yards of Donald Trump. President Joe Biden has been briefed on the attempt on Trump's life today. He said in a statement released by the White House, Biden commended the Secret Service and law enforcement. He said he was relieved that Trump was unharmed. There is an active investigation into this incident as law enforcement gathers more details about what happened, Biden wrote. As I've said many times, there's no place for political violence or 22 SKS. I don't think that's chambered in 22, my dude. There's no place for violence or political violence or any violence ever in our country, and I've directed my team to continue to ensure that the Secret Service has every resource, capability, and protective measure necessary to ensure the former president's continued safety, he said. That's Biden saying that. State attorney says suspect will face federal charges. The state attorney for Palm Beach County, Dave Ehrenberg, said tonight that the federal government will take over the case against the suspect in the second attempt on Trump's life, and that the Justice Department will file charges. Draco says he wants to play Arma now. This is more important than Arma. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is significantly more important. This is real life shit right now. Looks like a Century Arms VSKA M4 7.62 by 39 AK-47 rifle without the adjustable stock. I'm going to look up an image of that because that is a lot of words. Century Arms VSKA M4 7.62 by 39 VSKA Century Arms. Here it is. I'm looking at the images of it now. Yeah, it's just an off-brand AK. Yeah, it's straight up just a off-brand AK. I don't know. Damn, that specific ghost. I know, right? I mean, I'm looking at it. There's the California compliant one. So I guess... Actually, that looks like the... with M4 attachable. I don't know. Just looking at the image of it, though, I don't think it's... I don't think it has that M-lock front grip. Here, I'll bring the image back up so we can reference it. Let me bring it down a little bit. This way you guys can still see me. This looks an awful lot like their VSKA synthetic. Just by how that front looks. They do have a couple other ones that come with M-lock fronts, but yeah, I'm seeing like a synthetic all polymer front. So I'd be willing to believe that this is an AK platform of some type, as I said before. Let's see. I want to read the details on this because that magazine looks exactly like what we're looking at. Let me look at the synthetic one real quick. That's a big-ass magazine. The VSKA synthetic comes with a unique addition to our family, constructed with the same materials as the standard VSKA. An all-new bolt carrier, front trunnion, and feed ramp machined from S7 tool steel and uniquely heat-treated for maximum durability. No Chinese in the chat, please, Fry. S7, often referred to as the shock-resisting tool steel, is commonly reused for tools, chisel, a chrome moly 4150 barrel and a rack 1 enhanced trigger group are some of the standard features of this rifle, uniquely sporting a black synthetic polymer stock and forend for a lighter weight and a modern look. So it's just an AK that is made out of polymer by a non-American company. If that was Japanese, well, please keep it to English and let's keep on the topic. So I'd be willing to agree with your assessment that it's a VSKA, which is just an AK made, you know, in the States. Oops. All right. 3 hours ago, state attorney says suspect will face federal charges. Palm Beach case against suspect, second attempt. Okay. Annenberg told MSNBC's Ali Velshi and I'm not even going to try and read that last name. And he does not believe the suspect, Ryan Wesley Ruth, would have had to have fired a shot to be charged with attempted assassination. Good. Good. Nail him to the wall. Annenberg said with his understanding that Ruth was lying in wait for Trump and that the Secret Service spotted him in the bush. He said Ruth aimed at Secret Service agents and was fired on. Annenberg added that Ruth was pretty quiet and pretty compliant with the law enforcement when he was pulled over. He said he wasn't sure whether Ruth has said anything since he was taken into custody. Annenberg said laws about obtaining and possessing assault-style rifles in Florida are loose, adding, we need to be tougher on that. No, we should not. We should be up-arming our people and our Secret Service as well. Also, maybe, you know, not trying to do things that are going to force people to want to get into political violence. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he spent time with Trump at Mar-a-Lago today. Oh. That's an interesting development. House Speaker Mike Johnson, a Republican, posted on X this evening saying he spent hours with Trump at his Mar-a-Lago residence today and called him unstoppable. Was he near the golf course? I'd be curious about that. Congressional committees last week. July's attempt. Our resolve is stronger than ever. Trump writes about a new fundraising email. Okay, so that was NBC. Let's take a look at some of the other news outlets because I want to gather all the facts. So we looked at NBC. Let's check out USA Today. FBI investigates new Trump assassination attempt. Suspect detained. Live updates. West Palm Beach, Florida. Let me go ahead and pull up my notepad so we can continue taking notes on every single one of these places. This is USA Today. I am going to add into the parentheses right near NBC, not AR platform. This is important because they reported it was an AR platform rifle, which is not true. It's an AK of some type. According to my chat, it's a VSKA, which is made in the U.S. Oh, actually, Ghost just sent me a personal message on Discord because he and I are friends. And he says, just found out it's an AKM with M4 interchangeable stock and M4 rail. That looks pretty fucking accurate. Either way, it is some type of... all it means by AK or M4 rail, it just means Picatinny on top. That's the thing you put your sights on if you play Call of Duty and whatnot. But an AKM is an AR or AK platform. Okay, so USA Today says West Palm Beach, Florida, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump is safe following gunshots near his golf course in Florida. His campaign and U.S. Secret Service announced on Sunday the incident appears to be an assassination attempt on the former president, second one in 2 months. In a statement, the FBI said Sunday that it's investigating what appears to be an attempt assassination of former President Donald Trump. The incident took place at Trump International Golf Course, where former president was golfing shortly before 2 p.m., according to officials. A witness saw the alleged gunman running from the golf course bushes and took a picture of his vehicle that led to the suspect's quick apprehension. The Palm Beach County Sheriff said at Sunday's news conference. The man in custody is Ryan Wesley Routh, okay, so same name, according to 3 media outlets citing multiple unidentified law enforcement sources. So what we know is it was USA Today is saying West Palm Beach. So let's make sure we take that down, not Palm. West Palm Beach, concealed in bushes. Spotted by witness. Moving from bush to bush. Ghost says, apparently it's very easy to convert an AK to be able to use M4 attachments to the point a 5th grader can, or a 7th grader can do it. I can believe that. Yeah, it's not hard. Okay. What else was there? Okay, that should do for now. The incident occurred on the same day that the Republican nominee posted, "I hate Taylor Swift." Wait, is this guy a Swiftie? Okay, I'm going to add, just for giggles and shits, possible Swiftie? Question mark? That would be a fucking revolution. Me casually stroking my mustache during all this. Yeah, I'm like playing with my stubble that I have on my chin right now. On his Truth Social platform, and his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, Republican from Ohio, admitted that he had no regrets for propagating fake stories about Haitian migrants that led to multiple threats in the town of Springfield, Ohio. What? You mean the guys that are attacking the fucking apartment complexes? Following Sunday's assassination attempt, former Joe Biden vowed to make sure the Secret Services has every resource for Trump's safety, adding that there is no place for political violence. Okay, yeah, that was on NBC. Wait, wouldn't it mean he's anti-Taylor Swift fan? Yes, Senator J.D. Vance. Or sorry, Trump said, "I hate Taylor Swift." The incident occurred on the same day that the Republican nominee, that's Trump, posted "I hate Taylor Swift" on his Truth Social platform. And his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, Republican from Ohio, admitted that he had no regrets for propagating fake stories about Haitian migrants that led to multiple threats in the town of Springfield, Ohio. Okay, reasonable. Oh, I don't. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. That's why we read through these things again. "I am relieved that former President Trump is unharmed," Biden said. "There is an active investigation into this incident as law enforcement gathers more details about what happened. As I've said many times, there's no place for political violence or any violence ever in this country." About the Taylor Swift, yeah. Vice President Kamala Harris comments on Trump's assassination attempt. Vice President Kamala Harris, the Democratic nominee for president, said in a statement on Sunday that she is thankful that Republican nominee Donald Trump is safe following the reported assassination attempt. "I am deeply disturbed by the possible assassination attempt at former former President Donald Trump today. As we gather the facts, I'll be clear. I condemn political violence. We must all do our part to ensure this incident does not lead to more violence, Harris said. I am thankful that former President Trump is safe. I commend the U.S. Secret Service and law enforcement partners for their vigilance. Here we go. Gun experts scrutinize gunman's Soviet-style rifle. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Rick Bradshaw showed photos of the scene of what he said was an assassination attempt depicting a rifle, backpack, and GoPro camera. He described the firearm as an AK-style platform, a ubiquitous semi-automatic rifle designed with a curved, detachable 30-round magazine. That's a banana mag, and if it's an AK, actual Soviet AK, it would be fully automatic and semi-automatic, but if it's civilian, it'd be semi-automatic. Firearm experts were quick Sunday to point out some of the features in the grainy photo suggest the rifle is a Soviet cousin to the AK, the SKS. Okay, so, yeah, that makes sense. It was designed in the 1940s by another famous Russian designer, Sergei Simonov. The SKS was a slightly older rifle than the AKs, with replicas sold worldwide in the civilian market. Traditionally, the SKS came with a 10-round fixed magazine, a distinguishable feature from the detachable curved 30-round magazine on AKs. The wooded scene photos showed a black, sporterized modern SKS with detachable magazine. It had a scope added for long-range shooting and appeared to have a Monte Carlo stock to fit better to the shooter's cheek. Firearm experts at the Military Wire called the weapon a 7.62x39 caliber SKS rifle with a black synthetic stock that is the same ammunition as most AKs. Notably, an SKS was used in the 2017 congressional baseball game shooting that wounded U.S. Representative Steve Scalise, a police officer, aide, and lobbyist. So, if it is an SKS, your fucking firearm laws ain't gonna do shit about those, because those are protected under sporting rifles and hunting rifles. So, yeah, there's that. Bomb squad examined vehicle driven by suspect in attempted Trump assassination. Martin County, Florida, deputies intercepted the suspect at State Road 714 on Interstate 95. The vehicle was described as a black mid-size SUV. Okay, SKS, that's something we gotta add in there. Secret Service engaged first. Suspect fled in black Nissan. Okay. Suspect fled in black mid-sized SUV. So I'm seeing Nissan and black SUV. I'm pretty sure there are some Nissans that are SUV sized. So probably the same thing. Let's dive further into this because this is interesting. Martin County deputies held the man until the FBI and Secret Service arrived and took him away. While he was detained, the St. Louis bomb squad examined the suspect's vehicle. 3 counties in the region all used St. Louis bomb squad. He picked the wrong county to drive through if he was planning on getting away, Martin County Sheriff William Snyder told reporters. No place for political violence, says Biden. We already discussed that. Speaker speaks with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Okay, we already suspect. Suspect identified as Ryan Wesley Ruth, who is 58. We know that. Schumer says suspect must be prosecuted. State Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, said he was briefed by the acting director of the Secret Service about the shooting. He applauded the agency's quick response and reiterated Harris's point earlier in the day that there was no place for political violence in the U.S. before saying the perpetrator must be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I agree. Secret Service should expand Trump perimeter, some say. As the Palm Beach sheriff explained at Sunday's press conference, the golf course would have been surrounded by law enforcement if Trump were the sitting president. Just because he's a candidate, that area is much smaller. Some are already saying that needs to change amid a hotly contested election defined by diverse rhetoric. Former White House Press Secretary Ari Flesch, God, I don't know how to pronounce that, said the Secret Service should change its policy and treat Trump like he's an incumbent with a larger protective perimeter around him. Stop being bureaucratic, he said on X. Do what's necessary. Philip Bailey. Okay. How was this able to happen? According to USA Today, they said, asked by reporters how this incident could occur, especially given the previous attempt on Trump's life, Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw described the golf course as being surrounded by shrubbery with limited perimeter. When somebody gets into the shrubbery, they're pretty much out of sight, he said, because Trump is not a sitting president. Bradshaw said security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible, but will likely change in the future. I would imagine the next time he comes at a golf course, there'll probably be a little bit more people around the perimeter. But the Secret Service did exactly what they should have done. They provided exactly what the protection should have been, and their agent did a fantastic job. As much as I agree that the Secret Service did the right thing, I think it's absolute bullshit to say that the shrubbery makes it impossible to see somebody. I don't know about you guys. I've walked through bushes and shit. I've been spotted plenty of times during training. Like, it happens. And how are you going to fucking get through there if you're wearing, you know, an SKS across your chest and a backpack with a GoPro? Chances are he was wearing all black or something. But unless these bushes are, like, super fucking dense, like you can't see through them, that wouldn't explain why a witness could see him moving from bush to bush. Unless there was a breakup in the bushes, so why couldn't the secret police see him anyways? I don't know. I think that's a bullshit excuse, just like that they used at the previous assassination, saying that the slanted roof was too dangerous to get on top and watch, or they didn't deem it as a potential security risk. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That sounds like a cop-out. Anyways, I think we've dissected USA Today enough. So let's go. We checked NBC News. We checked USA Today. I think we'll hit up AP News and then Newsweek, and then we'll start looking through everything we've got. Kennedy is sitting with me because of how interesting this is to her. Yeah, I mean, thank God I'm able to come up on YouTube and not get pulled down. Like, I was discussing this with chat, and it got derailed, so we were talking about, you know, what Kamala Harris had done. But thank God YouTube does not silence me, because I lost my live access on TikTok again. But you know what? Democrats, you can't fucking stop me. You can't stop my freedom of speech. I will simply find another platform or figure out a way to get my message out. Alright, so AP News says 5 things to know about the apparent assassination attempt on Trump at his golf courses. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, AP former President Donald Trump is safe following the FBI says appears to be an attempted assassination while playing golf 2 months after another attempt on his life at a rally in Pennsylvania. We all remember that. Local authorities said the U.S. Secret Service's agents protecting Trump fired at a man pointing an AK-style rifle with a scope as Trump was playing on one of his Florida golf courses in West Palm Beach. So, again, let me pull up my notepad here. We need to dissect AP News. So, AK-style, West Palm Beach. I'm just going to abbreviate Secret Service to SEC. Fired first. What else am I missing from that? Okay, I think I got everything from that, which is the most important part. Who is the suspect? Law enforcement officials said that the man who pointed the rifle was arrested is Ryan Wesley Ruth. The officials identified the suspect to be the Associated Press on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the ongoing investigation. Okay. Records show Ruth, 58, lived in North Carolina for most of his life before moving in 2008 to Kauai, Hawaii, where he and his son operated a company building sheds, according to an archived version of the web page for the business. We need to go back to NBC because they were talking about, I think it said it was affordable housing, not sheds. So I'd be interested in, well, we can summarize it as to construction. So, suspect to construction. There we go. Ruth frequently posted on social media about the war in Ukraine and had a website where he sought to raise money and recruit volunteers to go to Kyiv and fight against the Russian invasion. In June 2020, he made a post on X directed at them. President Trump said he would win re-election if he issued an executive order for the Justice Department to prosecute police misconduct. That year, he also posted in support of the Democratic presidential campaign of then U.S. Rep. Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii, who has since left the party and endorsed Trump. However, in recent years, his post suggested he soured on Trump, and he expressed support for President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. In July, following the assassination attempt on Trump in Pennsylvania, Ruth urged Biden and Harris to visit those wounded in the shooting at the hospital and to attend the funeral of a former fire chief killed at the rally. Okay. Voter records show he registered as an unaffiliated voter in North Carolina in 2012. I believe it said the same thing on NBC. Most recently voting in person during the state's Democratic Party primary in March 2024. Federal campaign finance records show Ruth made 19 small political donations totaling $140 since 2019 using a Hawaii address to Act Blue, a political action committee that supports Democratic candidates. Okay, so he's a fucking Democrat. That this wasn't obvious. Somebody tried to tell me on TikTok that he voted for Trump in 2016. No, he fucking didn't. Records show that while living in Greensboro, North Carolina, Ruth had multiple run-ins with law enforcement. Oh, okay, that's news. He was convicted in 2002 of possessing weapons of mass destruction, according to online North Carolina Department of Adult Correction records. Okay, so illegally possessed WMDs. That's abbreviation for weapon of mass destruction. That's the wrong part. Sorry, the thing said, oh, you should follow our thing to get the newsletter. I don't care about that. Wrong part. Wait, where was I? What page of the business? Go to the rally. Okay, the records do not provide details about the case, but a news and record story from 2002 says a man with the same name was arrested after a 3-hour standoff with police. Fucking what? The police story says he was pulled over during a traffic stop, put his hand on a gun, and barricaded himself inside a roofing business. He owned the roofing company according to the state incorporate filings. Okay, so let me break this down. From what we know already, if, AP News is to be believed, we've got a convicted felon who illegally possessed weapons of mass destruction, which could be anything from, high caliber anti-material shit that he wasn't supposed to have to, rapid fire light machine guns to whatever. Who was in a 3-hour police standoff with cops in his own police business, or in his own roofing company, and has a record of being a criminal. Is that not making sense to fucking anybody? And I'm not being rude, but I'm saying that to you guys. But it's like, come on, man. So you mean to tell me this guy had an agenda? He already had a history of possible violence, or could be violence, we don't know, and a history of illegally possessing firearms. Thanks. Okay, let's keep dissecting this. Local authorities said the gunman was about 400 to 500 yards, that's in conjunction with NBC, away from, NBC, 400 to 500 yards away from Trump, and are hiding in shrubbery while former president was playing a round of golf at Trump International Golf Golf Club in West Palm Beach. Rick Bradshaw, sheriff of Palm Beach County, said that when people get into the shrubbery around the course, they're pretty much out of sight. Security is limited. Okay, yeah. So we've already heard that stuff from NBC. That's just re-saying the same thing. Trump's protective detail has been higher than some of his peers because of his high visibility in his campaign to seek the White House again. His security was bolstered days before the July assassination attempt in Pennsylvania because of a threat on Trump's life from Iran, U.S. officials say. I thought they cut down his security before the assassination attempt 2 months ago. Because I remember that being a big topic of discussion. I don't know about you guys. I remember that. Tell me what you guys think. What has Trump said since the attempt? In an email to supporters, Trump said there were gunshots in my vicinity, but before rumors started spiraling out of control, I wanted you to hear this first. I am safe and well. Okay, he was in good spirits. I spoke to Trump at his golf course. They told Hannity, Fox News' Sean Hannity, a close friend of the former president, said on air that he spoke with Trump and his golf partner, Steve Witkoff, afterward. They told Hannity that they had been on the 5th hole when they had heard a pop, 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 pop within seconds. He said Witkoff recounted. Secret Service agents pounced on Trump and covered to protect him. Okay, so they did that right. Moments later, Witkoff said a fast cart with steel reinforcement and other protection was able to whisk Trump away. Okay, good. Hannity said Trump's reaction after this happened, and when it was clear that everyone, including Witkoff, was safe, was to quip that he was sad he hadn't been able to finish the hole since he was even and had a birdie putt. He was sad he couldn't. Okay, you know what? For the stones on Trump, I will give him this. The fact that he said, I'm a little sad I couldn't finish my golfing match because I was even and I had a birdie on a putt. What is Vice Kamala Harris saying? We already read about that, and it's just saying the same shit. What's next? Trump has not announced any changes to his schedule and is set to speak live on X on Monday night from his Mar-a-Lago resort to launch his son's crypto platform. Okay, probably not the best time to do that. Meanwhile, the leaders of a congressional bipartisan task force investigating the July 13th assassination attempt on Trump said they have requested a briefing by the Secret Service. We are thankful that former president was not harmed, but remain deeply concerned about political violence and condemn it in all its forms. Representative Mike Kelly, Republican from Philadelphia, and Representative Jason Crow, Democrat from Colorado, said in a statement. They said the task force will share updates. U.S. Representative Jared Mashkowitz, a Florida Democrat who is part of the task force, said he will seek answers about what happened today and then. Okay, that's the end of the article on AP. So let's bring up our notepad here. I'm going to expand it on your guys' side too so you guys can see what's going on. We're going to dissect this and with the information we have, draw up a conclusion. I know you guys can't really see it too well, but I'm doing my best here. Let me go ahead and transition it over so you guys can see everything. Here's what we do know. According to NBC News, USA Today, and AP News. Location. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to follow the same shit that you were taught in elementary school. The who, what, when, where, why. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay, who. So we've got Ryan, Wesley, Ruth, who's 58 years old. We also have former President Donald Trump. God, I can't spell today. Yeah, I can't spell today. Donald Trump. What was the name of the representative that was there? Whitley or something like that? Hold on. West Palm Beach. Steve Witkoff, that's his name. Steve Witkoff. Secret Service, which we will just abbreviate to SEC. Actually, we're just going to go SEC, SEV. Secret Service. Alright. That's our who. What is going to be attempted second assassination of former President Donald Trump. When this took place on Sunday, let's see, the 15th, if I recall. Yep, Sunday 15. I turned on all my shit, my bad. Sunday the 15th, roughly, so at an approximate symbol, 2 p.m.-ish. Where? This is at West Palm Beach. Golfing. West Palm Beach golfing course. Why? That's the fun part. We don't exactly know why, so I'm going to leave that blank for a second. What we do know is how Ryan used shrubbery to close distance to Donald Trump. Parentheses, approximate location, 400 to 500 yards. After being fired upon by Secret Service, SECSEV, promptly dropped firearm, and in parentheses, SKS or AK style platform. Because we cannot confirm whether it's SKS or AK. One said AK, one said AR because they're fucking idiots. And the other said SKS according to firearm experts. I'm willing to believe the firearm experts, but I'm going to err on the side of caution if we don't know, because there's not enough information yet. So that's how I'm going to run it for the first part. Okay, drop firearm. And proceeded to flee scene in black, mid-sized SUV, and in parentheses, possibly Nissan. Period. Was later apprehended by police. No further details. Period. No further information. Okay, so we don't know exactly why, but because I like my conspiracy theories, I'm going to put in parentheses, possibly because of Taylor Swift. Because this came right after Trump saying, I don't like Swift on X. And then this happens. Probably coincidence. And I'm going to put in there, probably coincidence. Probably not. Most likely coincidence. So, unknown motives. Because we don't know if his attempt, or if his goal was just to take out Trump. We don't know if it was to spark some sort of conflict. We don't really know the reason. So we will see. I'm interested in watching this as it develops. I plan on doing as much detail as I can about it, because fuck, guys, this is the only president to have had an attempted assassination within two attempted assassinations within 2 months. That doesn't sit right with me. So, yeah, are there any questions, comments, concerns? Anything I didn't cover? Think we should? What you want to look back at? I'm all for it. I am going to be making a video about this on TikTok because they can't stop me. The government cannot stop me. A mental hospital cannot stop me. I will continue reporting facts as I find them until the end of my days. So, yeah, I plan on looking more into this and really following it. Fuck. This is... I don't even have words to describe how fucking dumb this is. It's like, come on, man. Can we not try to assassinate our presidents? Thought we left that, years ago. Guys, he's losing his mind. Honestly, yes. Yes, I am. This is why I firmly believe that the far left is now a party of violence. I know that's a very controversial take to say, but let's be fucking honest. The presidents who have actually been assassinated, JFK and Abraham Lincoln, I think Teddy Roosevelt as well, they were all attempted or did get assassinated by fucking Democrats. And now Trump. So I don't know where else you want to go with this. But, I mean, I don't know. I plan on making a video about this the second I end the YouTube live, but man, is this shit getting out of hand. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. I'm going to be posting this video. I'm going to be taking this live and posting it as an actual video so that you guys can go back and dissect it. If you think I missed anything, you guys are welcome to tell me in the comments. You guys will see all this at the very end. Have a wonderful night, guys. My name's Warrior, and if you are in my Discord, we are probably going to be discussing this. So have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Get some sleep. Eat some food. Drink some water. Change your socks. And I will see you guys next time.